So I thought I'd give a quick, unsolicited, maybe poor, but what I got, hot take, if you will, on the Elon Musk Twitter situation. So today it was announced that it sounds like that they reached the deal where Elon Musk is in fact gonna buy Twitter, or at least become majority owner of Twitter, or whatever it is. It seems like at the end of the day, he's gonna have decision making authority of how Twitter is run. And for those familiar with it, whether you like Elon Musk or you don't, or wherever you sit on this, he seems to have some strong views on it around free speech and how the platform should be kind of policed and what rules should be in place and how censorship should play in. And he tends to be much looser, much more free market, let it go, it seems. And people are reacting to that. Some people like it, some people don't like it. Some people think it's going to save Twitter and fix a lot of the problems we have in society and the media. Some people think it's going to make things way worse because it's going to be too open, it's going to be reckless. And what I couldn't help but think as I was thinking about this is that I maybe not a surprise for those that listen to me, like I don't know how I feel about it. And I mean that quite literally, not like, oof, maybe he's going to do good, maybe he's going to do bad, or, here's three things I like and three things I don't like. Like, I tend to try and, like, much like Elon Musk to an extent, get to, like, the first principle, strip everything away and just look, what am I actually looking at here? And in some ways, what we're actually looking at is there's this scenario or this dynamic where a person or a group of people, some people thought, had too much power. And they were making decisions that they didn't really have the right to make. And those decisions were hurting people. And given the power that they had and the way the platform's designed, the impact was significant and negative. Some people thought it was positive. But it came down to that idea that, like, somebody's got to make a decision. Somebody's got to be in charge of this and make decisions about it. And for people that didn't like Twitter or don't like Twitter and didn't like Jack Dorsey or whoever it might be, there was this sense of, like, well, who the fuck is that guy? How the hell does he get to decide? Why does he have so much power? He shouldn't have that much power. It should be open. And I think there's a chance that some people, and again, I tend to like Elon Musk. Not everything about him, but I tend to like him. So this isn't a knock on him. It's just human nature. Like, what you're getting now is the same situation, just a different person, right? It's the same problem. It's a problem in which somebody's got the power to make decisions that are going to impact a lot of people. And if your issue with Jack Dorsey or others were like, he shouldn't have that much power. That's not his right to have that much power. Yeah, he created Twitter, but now it's an open public platform, whatever it is. Well, why does Elon Musk deserve to have that power? Because he seemingly aligns more with what you believe in? Therefore, you're willing to give. I thought the issue was that power. I didn't think it was like, I don't like how he's using that power, right? Like, it's totally his right to do it. I just personally don't like it. It seemed deeper than that, or at least it seems that way for a lot of people. That's why they're so happy Elon Musk is taking over. But it just reminds you, like, at the end of the day, we're all people. Likely the issue, like, I don't know Jack Dorsey at all, but just to use it as a hypothetical, likely if a lot of people met Jack Dorsey, they might be like, maybe not my kind of guy, maybe he is, whatever, but like, I'm indifferent. The issue people had with him was the power that he had, and then how his mind decided to make decisions based on it. Elon Musk is going to have that same power, and his mind's going to make decisions on it, however he sees fit. He's going to have the authority to do that. And some people are going to like it and some people don't. It's hard for me to look at that and say, okay, this is now forget better or worse, this is a different situation now. This is going to be a different dynamic. Like, sure, aspects will be different because he's a different person. But in many ways, it's going to be the same thing. In a weird way, it's like, and maybe he's going to do this because he's a lot smarter than me, but in a weird way, if your issue was free speech and nobody should be making those decisions, well, that includes you. You shouldn't be making that decision. You should find a way to open this up to say, I mean, maybe again, that's what he's going to do. There are no rules to this. Or the rules are dictated by a majority, right? Some sort of democracy that's put in place. Something. But to say it's a problem that you guys have that much power, so give me the power, I'll do better, that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. And it gets very philosophical. It gets very much into the spirit of democracy. And should it be majority rules? Is democracy really the answer? Is there ever a way where everybody's voice counts equally? And the reality is probably not. Somebody does have to make decisions. But to assume that a human being given this same authority and being put in this exact same dynamic and just saying, okay, you make the decisions now, that'll fix it. I don't know. Human history seems to suggest it's not necessarily the person, it's the situation, it's the dynamic, it's the degree of power, right? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. All those things. It's the human nature aspect of it that's the risk. And I just don't know. I mean, maybe as much as anybody, Elon Musk might be the one who can overcome that because he's smart enough, he's sophisticated enough in his thinking. Maybe. But it makes me think of the much deeper philosophical question of like, who really is best suited to lead? Who really is best suited to make these decisions? I tend to think it's the person. If a person says, yeah, I should be making those decisions, I know how to do it better, that makes me skeptical. That makes me a little hesitant because that's a big, hairy, messy thing you're trying to solve. If you assume there's just an easy solution to it or that you're capable of fixing it, it says something about your humility. Maybe. I don't. Again, I'm not trying to say Elon Musk is a problem here, and I'm upset that he's taking over. It's more just on the principle aspect of it. It gets very much in line with what I've talked about before, the idea of philosopher kings, like a Plato would talk about, that the people best suited to lead should be those that don't actually want to lead. They don't have strong opinions of this needs to happen or this needs to change. They're more thoughtful. They're more seeking the wisdom of it, right? The philosopher type mentality. Maybe too idealistic, maybe not the right way to think about it. But this whole news with Elon Musk made me think that the reactions people were getting suggested like, oh, we have a totally different situation here now. And in some ways, as I explaining, I don't know that it's all that different. It's different, but is it completely different? I don't know.